We
So it's
love hip
like,
hop.
bro, I ain't gonna lie, man. Like the Toronto music scene, man, y'all have let me down, bro. Right?
Tell me
Listen,
why.
right? Cause look. So I was a fan of Tekka when he was like still in the sauce from like Toronto Mendham, right?
From
And
LB
bro,
Spiffy, yeah, specifically.
yeah, right. But like he was active in the scene, man, right? On like IG Live and shit like that, right? You feel me? Right? But I just thought that y'all music scene would have been what like the UK is right now, right? Like I thought that y'all would have had your central seat, right? Or right, but I ain't gonna lie, man. Like since like Tekka made it out, like it's been looking real dark for niggas, man. You feel me? Right. Like I haven't seen, like for example, like top five is probably like the biggest one, like from like that underground scene, right? The last like what?
Top five is definitely one of the biggest ones. Pause, and there's also Pressa. Northside Benji is definitely is big on the scene right now, and Mula First is coming up. Northside Benji, he has the highest viewed Fire in the Booth over there in the UK.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I do understand what you're saying with the whole time in 2018. Once Tekka blew up, our scene hasn't gotten to that level of the UK and stuff like that. We're still kind of chasing the American dream when the UK doesn't even give a fuck about that anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Nah, bro, listen, cause those drill artists, man, bro, I'll be real with y'all, man. The UK drill artists are better than like the ones here, bro. Like, there's a cat called Abracadabra.
Yep.
Bro, this dude is Pop Smoke's like final form, right? Like he's the version that we thought that Pop Smoke would have peaked at, right? But Pop Smoke was taken, unfortunately. But when you listen to Abracadabra, like, bro, he's like, and he's like Pop Smoke times 5, right? So like when I see like guys like him in Central C, I said, damn, bro, they've taken their entire identity. Now, do you think that Tekka is responsible for that, right? Because he took the sauce, and it looked like he sort of just, I guess, moved on, and like I really don't see him like mess with the.
Hold on, you're gonna have to repeat that question because you peeked out a bit. Repeat that question again. About Tekka.
Sure. Do you think that Tekka is responsible for why Toronto, I guess, haven't done what UK have done, right? Because again, like Tekka, he like took the sauce, but I don't really see him mess with the same content creators like the Rebel guy, right? Man like Joseph, right? So like I don't see him have those same relationships, or I don't see him, I guess, like give back and show love to those same Toronto artists as much no more.
So I think from what I caught from the question, right? Do I feel that Tekka, since he kind of left the whole Toronto scene, that we didn't really take advantage of the come up that he had going on?
Or do you think that he could have done more to give y'all a spotlight, right? Like since he did take the sauce from you guys.
Well, okay. So for the people who didn't catch the question, do you feel that do I feel that Tekka could have done more for our scene over here, basically?
Yeah.
I don't think that he has to. He did what he needed to do, right? And I'm also gonna add that we have the first Lil Tekka interview ever. Okay. And in that interview, we broke down what actually happened, right? He was living in New York from forever. He never came to Toronto until he got famous. Right? So he doesn't actually have a responsibility to us just because he finessed us to get famous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I seen that song he stole, right? But like really early on, right? I see like a comparison of, bro, it's the exact same cadence, the exact same song, man. Bro, I forgot the song name, right? But if your massive hit, like, it came from stealing the sauce from a Toronto artist, then like at least you have to do is like say, yo, listen, like these people were real integral in my come up, show love, bro. Like again, bring them in like on like tour with you, right? So I haven't seen him bring a Toronto artist to open up for him, share his platform with them. So I'm just saying, listen, if like I was y'all, I'll be upset and tight.
Well, the thing is, and also because like I don't know what's happening with the mic, but it went on inaudible for a second. But it would be nice, and for people who didn't catch that, if now that he's blown up, that he could reach back and bring people on tour and stuff like that, right? That would be nice.
Yeah,
that would be great. But how many rappers actually even do that? Period with their own hood, far less more than a whole other scene, right? And I could understand, like, he hasn't spoken to any of us. Like, he hasn't spoken to any of us from the network. From what Saji is saying, he hasn't spoken to her. He hasn't spoken to anybody who's helped his come up in the first place, right?
Yeah.
So I can understand why a lot of people would be salty about it. But to me, as somebody who's been experiencing this game, to me, it's just part of the game. Most rappers don't fucking reach back for their old manager or for the people most of the time in their old hood who are like, we're the ones who held you down in the beginning. And this is why we end up watching YouTube videos with a whole bunch of dusty niggas talking about how that nigga used to be around them.
Yeah.
Right? It's part of the game. So I ain't mad about it. I can't speak for LB Spiffy. I can't speak for Saji, anybody else. Right? I could understand why they would be mad. But like I said, as somebody who's seen this before, I'm just like, it's whatever. It's just another part of the game.
We love hip hop.